Um, Trish, thanks for being with me today because you're sharing what's happened recently as we were together and you listened to yourself and I simply facilitated you. And you were not in a good way emotionally. You'll explain that in a moment. And how it was affecting your body and the change that you experienced as a result of this time together. We call it an encountering session. But your body wasn't really changed much at that moment, but mentally and emotionally you felt fine. But it caught up later. So, Trish, I'm going to pass it over to you and just maybe I'll ask you, why did you want an encountering session? Do you remember how you were feeling?
Yeah, I was feeling I had pressure, like I felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest. Uh, Real pressure, and it was just sort of hard to breathe. I had churning in my stomach, a lot of fear, um, and yeah, just not feeling well at all. Um,
What was the
and
pressure like? Like, I mean, it was 0 to 10 with that
oh,
feeling of
10.
anxiety.
It
10 was
was,
that.
yeah, it was a 10. Yeah, really, really chronic anxiety. Um, yeah, everything was a 10. Uh,
And you
10
were
out of
stuck
10.
with it? You didn't know what to do?
I didn't know what to do. I prayed and prayed and prayed, and nothing shifted, nothing changed. I did everything I knew to do, and it just didn't shift.
You
Yeah.
couldn't do anything.
No, I couldn't do anything. I was completely helpless and powerless. I had to stop working. I just couldn't do anything. It was like I was paralyzed.
And I remember one of the things you mentioned was, in addition to those feelings, so this is really good for anyone who's listening to this. So when you feel like this, you can see what's possible, knowing it's an ongoing journey to wholeness and to peace and the presence of peace. So frustration, what was that like in that situation?
Oh, it was really bad. I was just so frustrated. Um, yeah, and angry. I was really angry. I was angry at the situation. I was angry at God. Just really angry. Yeah, and frustrated, very frustrated.
And you were stuck as to knowing what to do with it. Oh,
I was completely stuck. I had no, I just had no idea what to do. All I knew was to try and reach out to you in the
mm,
hopes that that you would be able to help me.
okay.
Um, yeah.
So I just correct me if I'm wrong, but just for everyone else, what I dealt with first and we looked at together, and you did too, under the guidance. This is all done under the guidance of the one who creates us. In this case, we call him the divine counselor. You can call him wisdom, truth, justice of the Holy Spirit, Jesus. Trish, I can't remember. What did you use? Holy Spirit was,
We used the Holy Spirit. I
yeah.
was yeah, at that time, at that moment, I could relate to the Holy Spirit.
And for those who are listening, this is a sort of, um, I'm a facilitator with years of experience, but I don't reveal anything. I ask the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, because Trish relates to the Holy Spirit, a power way beyond and within us all and within the universe. It's our creator, God, really, who knows exactly what's going on in Trish. I don't. So I ask the Holy Spirit to reveal in Trish who she was angry at. Who are you angry at?
I was angry at the situation, and I was angry at God.
And so what I did then was, because I know that um, unresolved anger can deplete you feeling, did you feel exhausted?
I felt, um, yeah, I didn't, I felt it was more a real frustration
Okay,
was the strongest thing.
okay,
Yeah,
sure.
but and just over it, like just completely. over it,
wanting to give up,
wanting to
having
give
done
up.
all you knew how to do.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So the first thing I realized with Trish was the number 10s. Well, we dealt with them gradually, but is to acknowledge all the feelings. And you can see that. And it's on this YouTube on the course that takes you step by step on how to do this. But we're just sharing this today to show you what happens when you go through those steps and when you actually listen to yourself, but under the guidance of the one who created you, who is love, truth, spirit. So when you actually, I ask for the Holy Spirit to bring into your mind who you are angry at, who are you angry with?
yeah. I was angry at God.
And this is
Like,
really important because a lot of people think, oh my God, you can't do that. Oh my
yeah,
God, you can't do that. You can't be angry at God. So,
yeah,
but it's there and it's like a pimple. And it's not
yeah,
an analogy, but it's like that or a boil. And unless you open it up and let the wonderful divine physician lance it and bring up all that's inside it, it can't be cleaned out. So that's what we did by doing this little exercise. So when you actually looked at God, what did you say? Can you remember what you said to him or what you felt? Just briefly.
Oh, I was just, I just wanted to beat him up and just, just, just sort of beat on his chest.
And so when
On
I said to you, you can do that in your mind's eye, you
Yeah,
can do
on my,
that so that you can be released. And so you can always, the aim is to gain truth and peace and freedom. So what
yeah.
happened when after you beat on his chest? What else do you want to share?
Well, I was just saying, it's not fair, and just beating on his chest, and yeah, um, then I had a an image come to me, and the image was um, a circle of light came to me, and in the light there was Jesus, and there was a big, huge angel, and there was a little child, which I believe is my little child, and she was in this radiant, luminous circle of light, and um, and then me, the big me, came into this circle of light, and Jesus, saw him reach his hand out to take my hand, and I took his hand, and um, in my mind, it just changed. Like I didn't have the anger anymore. I didn't feel the anger. Um, I wanted to ask all these questions. I wanted to ask Jesus all these questions, why this and why that. And he just gently put his finger on my lips and like to shush me and just to say, like everything will be revealed. And that's the image that stayed with me till right now. Um, that of being in that circle of light.
How did you feel?
I felt calm. I didn't feel angry. I didn't feel frustrated. I felt um, safe, um, peaceful, and calm, which is what I wanted. I wanted peace. That's really all I wanted. Um, yeah,
So you didn't actually have to do anything there. It was just there.
I didn't have to do anything. It just the when you asked me to express my anger and I started doing that, I got this image came to my mind when I started expressing the anger.
So when you ask the questions later on, why, can you see now looking back that a lot of what I call doors, we actually open them with the anger, the frustration, perhaps blaming God, not having expressed that. That was kind of like a blockage between you and the light that was always there.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
when you expressed it, it happened.
Yeah.
But when it was repressed,
Mm-hmm.
it, I don't know, it depressed you. It was like an elephant. And I think there was a sense of judgment on God too, wasn't there?
Yeah, the your judgment, that was the big thing. Yeah. The judgment is what you explained is the pressure on
The
the
elephant
chest,
on the chest.
the elephant on the chest, yeah. So yeah, there were judgments for sure. Yeah.
And that's what we often, and I said to Trish, we were chatting today, and I said, will you share this on YouTube? Because people need to know. And I listen to so many people on TV and whatever that don't realize that they can do this no matter what trauma or whatever they've had, and that they can come to a place of peace no matter how bad it is. So I'm very grateful that you've come to share this today, Trish, and I'm aware that you shared there's still a little bit of fear there hanging around.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and but I said to you, in the world we will have trouble,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it's like learning to remain in that circle of light and
Yeah.
present.
Yeah.
And that takes practice, practice, practice of
And that's what I've been doing every day. I've been focusing on that image and just bringing it back to mind and going over the image and imagining it as it came to me. And I think, yeah, I just have to keep doing that.
do you still feel it? You don't have to do much work. You can go back to the image and it's still there.
I can go back to the image and it's still there. Uh,
Okay,
yeah, and even though I've, symptoms come back or come and go, but I'm still focusing on that image, and it's certainly better than what it was.
great. And there's a little thing that Trish shared with me today, that she said my body doesn't feel any better, and you can actually ask that your body come in line, which I did, with all your emotions and your mental and having. It's like, it takes a little while when that boil and all that stuff in it is gone. It just takes a little while for that skin to heal.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be instantaneous. I don't know. It's not my work. I just ask. And then Trish, what happened about that?
Yeah, well, after the encountering session that we had, I had the image, but my body was still had all that pressure, and I felt the same. I didn't feel any change. And then um, later on in the day, in the evening time, I fell asleep, and when I woke up, it was all gone. I felt as light as a feather, and I just couldn't believe. I mean, it was amazing. It was. I just wanted to jump out of my skin. It was extraordinary, And as you say, it takes. Sometimes it can. It's not an instantaneous change that you might feel like I didn't feel it in my body, but it came later. And even though I've got senses of it, since then. Um, it hasn't been anywhere near as prominent as it was before we started. Yeah.
And when Trish was sharing with me this morning how her body had taken the time, just like our body heals slowly. So too, I said, sometimes and every time can be uniquely different. It's not my work. I just facilitate. I never know what's going to happen. Sometimes it can happen instantly. Sometimes it just takes time, like any normal wound in the body. We're made up of cells and cellular memory, and this is all so much about memory and memories being triggered. Trish, I'm really grateful you shared today.
Yes. And I just want to say that there are a lot of people out there that would be that suffer from anxiety, and it's as you know, it's debilitating and very crippling. But there is hope, and uh, as I've explained today, uh, the image that came to me of being in the circle of light, it will always stay with me. And yeah, it's really been a game changer for sure.
That's
Um,
great. That's
yeah,
great. And I think some of just the other little things that just come to my mind, just I had to learn this, and it's taken me years to learn this. When something happened, is not to react and go down the dark tunnel of frustration, anger. I mean, you do it sometimes because we're human, but don't go for too long. Come back and deal with your feelings. And if you want some help, there is a course on here, How to Gain Emotional and Mental Peace. And it just shows you what I've done for 26 years and the team have with people who have come and they're stuck. They don't know what to do with their anger, don't know what to do with their frustration, or they're feeling lousy, or like life's not worth it. Or in my case, years ago, I didn't even want to live. So, and I didn't know why, and I didn't know why I was so stuck because there was so much in my past that had been unresolved that gently came up in time when it was time to resolve it. I didn't go looking for it. But so I hope you can all, as you listen to this, practice just even 12 minutes a day, being still and being calm. My husband and I are doing that together now. And the awareness that comes of sometimes your mind's all over the shop, and that's your life is what your thoughts make it. So it's just good to become aware of your mind. And if you keep practicing and particularly inviting the spirit into that time, and you wait long enough, in my case, I went from 10 minutes to half an hour to an hour, and often longer at times. Other times, I just listen to what's appropriate at the time. So I encourage you with the course, I encourage you with all the other sharings and talks that we give and the other meditations because it is a journey to wholeness. As I said to Trish so many times, we don't want to go back. It's like, it's not really very fair, is it? If we want to go to somebody, including God, our husbands, our friends, or whatever, and we want something from them, but in having authentic relationships with them is really important and being kind. And it's not very fair leaning on them. But if we take responsibility, as Trish has, for our own feelings and thoughts and allow the wonderful counselor to bring them all up and to just give him a chance to speak, you can see what's possible. And you can
it's
hear, go on, Trish.
it's better get them all up and out, you know, because it does repressed feelings do cause disease, and especially like in my experiences, depression and the anxiety, as we spoke about.
And that can lead down many trails, can't it, Trish?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So your
absolutely.
conscious mind often can't work it out, but the wonderful, again, or the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of truth, the creator of the universe, whoever you relate to, he's the one who will show you and reveal it gently, only what's appropriate, and then bring it up and then speak his truth. And that will bring you peace.
It's
And
within. It's within.
yes,
It's within us. It's within.
always within us. It's just that we've got all this like layers and layers of feelings and emotions and
Mm.
beliefs and unresolved memories from the past, but he brings up what's appropriate.
Whatever is appropriate at the time,
Yeah.
at the right time.
So
Yeah,
be encouraged. And Trish, thank you for sharing this so that it encourages people
yeah. Thank
to
you.
live the moment and live not alone, but with the helper,
Yeah.
the spirit of life to guide you step by step and to be authentic. And you can beat on his chest, you can have your feelings, and you can be authentic with him and just allow him to have a voice, or at least to bring his peace and calm.
Yes.
Thanks, Trish. Is
Thank you, Helen.
there anything else that you want to say?
Again, I just want to encourage people to do take this path and to do this, and listen to, as Helen said, there's so many seminars on the website, and there's a course that you can go through. I've done it myself. Um, you know, when you get stuck, on our website, which Helen can tell us what the website is. And yeah, I just want to encourage people, and particularly with anxiety and depression, which a lot of people suffer from, it is possible to heal. It is possible to heal.
And Trisha's become more connected to herself. She knows more about her adult self and perhaps the roles she's taken on about perhaps controlling, guarding, protecting, all the stuff that I've done just to survive, which actually acts as a block. We just need to be very kind and we just listen. But you'll be guided step by step. We just wanted to share something that really was wonderful because Trish was not in a good way and how amazingly that changed. And it's an ongoing journey. So again, there's lots of meditations, healing meditations too on Agape Encounter YouTube. And the website is Agape, Agape, Encounter, ENCOUNTER.org. Agape is unconditional love. You encounter unconditional love. So thank you for listening. You might want to share this with other people. Thank you.